coffee. Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am coffee. Coffee with Tim Black. All right, guys. All right. Hey, guys, how you doing? It's your man, Tim Black. We're about to, I need to get a lot of work done today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot through my news for today. I got several pieces to get through. This will be going up in separate segments. If you're here around, you can watch the whole thing, get it early, or you can just, subscribe to my YouTube channel and get everything in pieces. But this is the full deal, okay? And, yeah. So, Sean Lucas, process server for the DNC fraud lawsuit, who was found dead last year. Well, almost a year to the date, Sean Lucas, process server for Bernie Sanders supporters lawsuit, died of a powerful mix of drugs. I think it's important for us to go back and look at Sean Lucas and his death and look at what happened to get a better understanding of why there's so many people who have such a imagination about what's going on now. Because this ties in directly to Seth Rich. This ties into Jared and Elizabeth Beck and Nico House. This ties into the Democratic Party and the DNC. Not many had much to say about this man's death, as they don't with Seth Rich. But I just want to bring you up to date and make sure that everyone is aware of Sean Lucas, the same way we're aware of Seth Rich. The chief medical examiner, now first of all, this is dated November 1st, 2016, okay? But this is just a refresher. The chief medical examiner's office of Washington, D.C. has released the findings on the cause of death of Sean Lucas, the 38-year-old process server who served the complaint against the Democratic National Committee and Debbie Wasserman Schultz on behalf of Bernie Sanders supporters on July 1st, 2016. 1 month later, his girlfriend arrived home to find him, Lucas, lying dead on the bathroom floor of their apartment. According to an email received from the communications office of the chief medical examiner, the cause of death was combined adverse effects of fentanyl, cyclobenzaprine, and mitragynine. All right, so that's 3 different chemicals in the system at one time. The manner of death was listed as an accident. Family members could not be reached to determine if Lucas had any history of taking drugs. That's at the time of this report. Once again, back in November. But guys, ladies and gentlemen, according to family and friends, Lucas was not a drug user. Get where we're going with this? Understand now, maybe, even those who are, sort of, what's the word for it? Who don't want to listen and for some reason don't see an issue with the amount of body count that has been laid at our feet regarding the DNC, regarding the Democratic Party, regarding anyone connected to Hillary. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Every time we turned around, there was a new body. And Sean Lucas, his death, however you want to discount it, it seems, if it nothing else, fishy. It goes on to say the National Institute of Drug Abuse calls fentanyl a powerful synthetic opiate analgesic that is similar to morphine, but is 50 to 100 times more potent. It is a Schedule II prescription drug and is typically used to treat parties or patients with severe pain or managing pain after surgery. It just so happens Sean Lucas had no such pain, no such surgery, or at least his girlfriend and his family was unaware of it. Hard to keep your girlfriend out of your business if you got a horrible back pain going on. Very hard to hide that as you watch or as you walk to deliver a subpoena or court papers. We got the video of him walking normally. All smiles, didn't look to be in any pain. Also didn't look to be under any influence of drugs. Now, what about the other drugs? Okay, we have the Drug Enforcement Administration said in August that mitragynine, an opiate, was placed on Schedule 1 of Controlled Substances Act to avoid an imminent hazard to the public safety. So, 3 powerful drugs, all in the system, found on the floor in his apartment that he shared with his girlfriend, only a month after serving papers. Now, you can come to any conclusion you like. That's up to you. We're all free thinkers here. We all are able to form our own opinions. I'm just giving you the information based on, as it stands on the record. To the record today, this is what we have. And now, how is this connected to all other issues that we talk about regarding the DNC, regarding this lawsuit? I don't know if there's a connection. Just keeping it real with you. I have no idea. But this is the basis from the standpoint that people come from when they have their own ideas of what has happened here. This is the basis of it. This is where it comes from. It's not out of thin air. It's somewhat like you to believe. Somewhat like you to believe that we're all just kooky and we just run around trying to put X's and O's where they don't go to suit a narrative. But no, that's what our mainstream media does. No one even considered that this man may have been forcibly given these pills. No one. I don't see any reports that they even investigated along those lines. Oh, he's a drug user, he's dead, that's it. Wouldn't there be a trail of late night partying, previous drug use, something, his girlfriend, just say, he had a problem with drugs. Why don't we have those types of statements regarding Sean Lucas if that's the case? Don't you want to know the truth? And how long can we just go on to say, just a coincidence, nothing to see here, folks? Let me know what you think in the comments section. I think Sean Lucas's death was never given the consideration it should have been given. For the record, I do not use drugs. I have occasionally smoked weed, but that's it. And the last time someone OD'd on weed was never. So if you find me, or if my wife finds me in the bathroom with 3 foreign substances in my body, do not take that as an explanation of my death. I would appreciate that as a friend, as a fan, as a supporter, as a viewer, that you not be gullible. Thank you for watching this video. Go to timblacktv.com. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Sean Lucas's death, another element in the conversation of power, or is it just a coincidence? I think the former. All right, guys. Sean Lucas. Let's see here. We got so many stories here to get to. Did I grab that one? Tell me I grabbed it. Yes. Anybody in the house? A few people. Hey, guys, how you doing? Glad you could tune in to News Wrap. Just wrapping it up. Just going to run through some stories. My next story is one that's close to my heart, guys. I have an 8-year-old. I have a 19-year-old. Boys, this is a travesty. It's going to be a little heated. Needs to be. How many of you remember Tamir Rice? Funny. Seems to have gone away from the consciousness of most Americans. Death of a young man, 12 years old, shot in a park playing with a toy gun. Blame the victim, blame the victim. That's what we do. We blame the victim. Well, the Cleveland police officer who shot Tamir Rice finally locked away. I mean, he did get out the car and shoot a young man. He didn't even get all the way out the car. He didn't even get his ass out the car to kill this young man. He waited all of 2 seconds to shoot Tamir Rice dead because someone said Tamir Rice had a gun at the park. in a state where it's legal to carry guns. Not a call that he was sent on where someone was shooting someone or someone was shot and there's reports of bullets being shot and someone laying on the ground bleeding. No. He was called there because some punk ass said that there was someone at the park with a gun. Not that the person at the park with the gun was robbing people, harassing people, taking shots at dogs, cats, birds. No, none of that happened. Just the mere fact that Tamir Rice was mislabeled as an adult when he wasn't, at a park with a gun, in a state where it's legal to have a gun. Well, everything's okay now because the officer who fatally shot 12-year-old Tamir Rice in 2014 was fired today. Yeah, he was fired, man. Aren't you okay? I mean, look, come on, what do you want? That's enough, right? I mean, at least he's not on the beat anymore, right? You can't expect him to go to jail for taking a life. I mean, you and I would, but we're just regular people. Of course, we go to jail for it, but not an officer. At a news conference, officials said that Timothy Lohman, who fired the fatal shot, would be terminated immediately, and that Frank Garmbach, an officer who was driving the patrol car, would be suspended for 10 days. I can't make that. I'm laughing to keep from yelling during this whole video. Cleveland's chief of police, Calvin Williams, said at the news conference that Mr. Lohman's firing was effective immediately. That's right. Lay down that hammer there, Captain, Chief. Go ahead, Chief. Dig into him there. Show him who's the boss. It's going to be effective immediately. It only took 3 years, you bastard. 3 years. 3 years to fire a guy. See, that's what's wrong with all you guys and gals out there, all you folks. You're in the wrong profession. You need to be a police officer. It takes 3 years to even get fired for killing a young kid. 3 years. This happened with Andy Lopez, too. I remember I did a story about Andy Lopez. I did several videos about Andy Lopez. He was around the same age it happened in California. He had a toy gun. Same thing. Shot him down quickly. Afraid. This has been tough on our entire community and definitely on the Rice family. You don't think. Yeah, having a son shot down in cold blood at a park with a toy. Yeah. Might cause a little problem there. People might be a little pissed off. Family's heartbroken. But Lohman, whatever his name is, was his Lohman? 3 years to even lose a job. How many of you have been fired for, I don't know, coming in late? Seriously, how many of you have been fired coming in late at work? Or maybe, I don't know, a server crashed. I don't know what your job is. You scratched the car when you were pulling into the lot or something. They got tired of that. You gave somebody a bad look and they told you they were afraid of you. Maybe you told a woman she was attractive and you got hit with a sexual harassment complaint. But in law enforcement, in Ohio specifically, you can shoot a 12-year-old at a park who did nothing to you, that shot no one, that hurt no one, that robbed no one, and it takes 3 years for you to be fired. Not jailed. Fired. So, I don't know. I don't know what your situation is. I'd like to give you a clever analogy. I wonder how long it would take for you to be fired if you worked at a restaurant and, I don't know, you burnt all the casserole that day and everyone's food had some type of strange thing in it. I don't know. Or maybe you accidentally killed someone with your cooking. I wonder if the restaurant owner would fire you that day. They probably would. And that's why I say you're in the wrong profession. You need to be a police officer where you can kill anyone, even our most vulnerable citizens, even children, and you get paid for 3 years. And also, not to mention, this guy had been labeled unfit to be an officer at a previous police department. Put that in your cap and smoke it. I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're tired of hearing about Russia, and you like to hear more about justice, go to Russia.com and send me your video. Damn shame. Give it up for that. Oh, boy. Oh no, I got this guy. Let me do it the right way. Let's go here. Donald Trump's White House staff is being shaken up all over again. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. Time to replace and move pieces. But this guy right here, Michael Dupke, oh, he had it coming. Oh, man, someone's got to fall on the sword. Is anyone out there aware of how crappy Donald Trump's communications team has been? You know how you can tell a communications team is crap? You can tell when you get no positive news whatsoever. When was the last time you heard a good story about Donald Trump and his cabinet or anything related to Donald Trump? All you hear is bad. Well, when you're Donald Trump's communications director, that's your fault, even if it's not your fault. White House Communications Director Michael Dupke announced his resignation on Tuesday amid rumors that President Trump is planning a larger shakeup of White House communications. Dupke joined the administration in only February, relieving an overburdened Sean Spicer, who was acting as both press secretary and communications director early in the administration. As communications director, Dupke tried to restructure press and communications operations in the White House. Since February, however, the White House communications team has come under repeated criticism, sometimes from Trump himself. According to Politico, Trump told friends in recent weeks that he was unhappy with Dupke and that he wondered why he never seemed to get positive press anymore. Hey, I mean, after a while, it becomes sort of evident where your problems lie. And I'm not saying that Dupke was the problem. I'm not suggesting that at all. In fact, I don't even know what he actually did. How does he direct communications? You would think that he should have been on Twitter. I don't know. I mean, that's what Trump has, direct connections to the public. He can get out a story at any time. It seemed like Trump was doing his own communications for better or worse, but it seemed like he was more effective than any team. I mean, how many of you even know who this guy is? How many of you know his work? Well, that in itself should show you something. Or maybe it's that Trump overshadows everybody. I don't know. For example, during the entire wall, during the time, I don't know, when did he start sending, when did Trump send tweets out about Obama and the wiretapping? Come on, guys, I don't know. Was that February? Was it before February? I don't know. I like to think it was around that time. Maybe that's the time they got Dupke. Maybe he was, too early in the game for that. But I'm just saying, like, Trump's ability to grab the news cycle and hold it hostage for 48 hours, sometimes 72, is unprecedented. Is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Maybe to keep the bad stories from rising. But Dupke's job was to keep the good stories going. Maybe Trump didn't give him enough to go on. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I think that in a time like this, someone falls on the sword, and in this case, it was Dupke. One senior administration official told Axios that Dupke is leaving on good terms, but multiple reports suggest he never clicked with Trump's inner circle. Oh, man. Never got around or got along with Kellyanne Conway, Sean Spicer, Jared Kushner. Never really kicked it, huh? Always an outsider. Yeah, that's the guy you get rid of, folks. At least you start there. It seems that Trump may have a larger shakeup at the White House with former campaign manager Corey Lewandowski. He met with Corey Lewandowski yesterday and former campaign manager, David Bossie to discuss possible White House roles. One White House source told CNN that more resignations and changes may be coming, although this may take some time. So I think Trump needs new blood. He needs new ideas. I'm always available, Trump, if you like a real, down-to-earth, like honest, straightforward, straight-shooting, sometimes reasonable communications guy or something. I'll work for you. As long as I can, every once in a while, slide you some suggestions on what you can do to help actual people and not the wealthy. You know, the rest of us. Dubkey out. The boat keeps on sailing. I'm Tim Black. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the communications director getting the axe or resigning or being forced out. I really don't know. Go to timblacktv.com for more info. Somebody had to go, and there's going to be more somebodies soon. Give it up for that. Let me just put the picture up and then grab the person. How about we do that? I got so much going over here. Tamir Rice, remove Tamir Rice. Dupke, remove him. I guess we'll go to this one. This one's going to be a long one. I want to save this one. This is going to be tough, guys. All right. What's this guy's name again? I forget his name, guys. Jeremy, that's him. Jeremy Joseph Christian. All right. All right, here we go. Let's do it. I haven't talked about it because, well, frankly, I just didn't get around to it because it's so disgusting, so sad, so pathetic. But there's so much here to talk about regarding what happened in Portland on the train when this jackass, you know what? He's not a jackass. He's worse. He's like 100 times worse than that. Jeremy Christian, 35, is the piece of human filth that decided to attack Muslim women. Big, strong, strapping fellow that he is. He wanted to attack Muslim women. No man with them, I think. I think they were just traveling somewhere. And some good Samaritans decided to step in, and for their trouble, as they say, no good deed goes unpunished. He slit their throats. Oh, yeah. This guy right here, Jeremy Christian, he killed 2 men. But here's the upside to it. The teen targeted in Portland hate attack thanks men who died defending her. Destiny Mangum, one of the teenage girls at the center of a stabbing attack in Portland, Oregon, has shared an emotional message of gratitude for the men who died trying to stop a man who was harassing her. Magnum, 16, was riding a MAX train Friday with a 17-year-old friend who was Muslim and was wearing a hijab. According to the Oregonian, when a man later identified as Jeremy Joseph Christian, 35, allegedly began verbally abusing the 2 girls. 2 men, Ricky John Best, 53, and Talisian Meridian Namki Michi, 23, intervened on the girls' behalf and were fatally stabbed. A third man who confronted Christian, 21-year-old Micah David Cole Fletcher, he survived the attack. In tears, Magnan told Fox affiliate KPTV this weekend that she wanted to say thank you to the people who put their life on the line for me because they didn't even know me. It also lies because of me and my friend and the way we looked, Magnum continued. I just want to say thank you to them and to their family, and I appreciate them because without them, we would probably be dead right now. Best and Nemki Michi have received a wave of tributes from friends, family, and strangers describing them as heroes for their selfless action. They were attacked because they did the right thing, said Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler. Their actions were brave and selfless and should serve as an example and an inspiration to all. So what about this man who killed these 2 good Samaritans? What about him? Anyone know about his mental capacity? Anyone know about his violent streaks? No signs of that, right? Everyone just shocked. Let's see. Christian is known to authorities as a white supremacist. Yeah, they knew that. What can you do, though? It's a lot of those guys running around. And has previously been convicted of several felonies. According to the Portland Mercury, before the attack, he was ranting and raving. Ranting and raving. A witness told KATU TV that Christian had said to the girls, "Get off the bus and get out of the country because you don't pay taxes here." Why does it seem that white supremacy always comes along with ignorance? Anybody who buys a Snickers bar pays taxes, dumbass. Why do these people exist here? You know, we talk a lot about, Islamophobia. We talk a lot about banning Muslims and all this stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, these young ladies were a threat to this man. That's how much hate he had inside his body. As the media tries to convince us that ISIS is our biggest threat, and then they switch to Russia. That's the new one, Russia's the biggest threat. Our biggest threat, truly, is this guy. Oh, yeah, that's the guy. Oh, it's not him specifically. It's people like him. That's the biggest threat. When you go to the movies, what are you worried about? Are you worried about ISIS or are you worried about a guy like this? I got my money on this guy. This is a guy that makes me look at that exit sign 3, 4, 5 times. This guy. There's no words to explain how I feel about it. I'm sure you have your own opinions. I just think that we're kind of missing the point when we focus on when we go down when we just go down the line and worry so much about people that are so different from us, when it's the people that are just here they're horrible beings as well. They kill many more people than ISIS or Al-Qaeda does in this country. I'm not saying we don't care about Islamic terrorists. We care about white supremacist terrorists and inner city terrorists and just people poor who are desperate terrorists. I mean, it's just horrible. And there's enough terror going on in this country for us to be getting whiplash from looking over our shoulders. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I don't have a takeaway for you other than, throw this guy under the jail, but what do we do about the rest of them? I don't have the answers. Maybe you do. Give it up for that. Get this guy out of my picture, out of my zone. Oh, man. Mr. Empty Suit himself, Cory Booker, says, "Hey, man, I know we were talking about impeaching Trump, but maybe we ought to slow our roll." You don't say. How about, Cory? Because you have no evidence to impeach the guy. Look, man, we've only impeached a couple presidents. One of them's like Jackson. The other one's named Clinton. Isn't that it? No, Nixon didn't get impeached. He quit first. He saw that impeachment letter coming. He was like, "I quit." And he got out of there. I don't want to pick on Cory Booker too long because he's just one of many empty suits in Washington who blows as the wind blows. Which way is that wind blowing? That's the way I'm blowing. That's the way I'm going. Booker, I'm not going to rush to impeachment for Trump. Senator Cory Booker, Democrat out of New Jersey, in an interview on Sunday, responded to calls from some Democrats to impeach President Trump, saying lawmakers have to treat ongoing investigations into Russian election meddling in a very sobered way. Very sobered way. "I'm not going to rush impeachment," Booker said on CNN's State of the Union. "I think we need to deal with this in a very sobered way. This can't be a relitigation of an election that's now passed. This has to be about an objective assessment about the facts that are going on right now. The facts that are going on right now is that we have no facts right now, Corey. You know it, Mr. Booker, and I know it. There is no fact. There is no smoking gun. Hell, if they held the Trump investigation or the Russia investigation up to the same level of scrutiny that they hold us when it comes to Seth Rich, you'd have nada. Nada. All you have is unknown sources relying on innuendo and what looks bad, and this guy may have said this, and this is when they talk, did they talk about this? I mean, there has been no evidence to collusion with Russia. None. We can't even get anyone to go on the record to say that the Russians hacked and show us evidence of it. No one. No one. Do you understand that? You have nothing. And America's getting tired of it. America's waking up to the fact. So though you want to seem as if you are diplomatic and reasonable, like me, you're not. Here's the deal, guys. Here's what I think. I think finally now, the Democrats have frenzied everyone up, got everyone all excited about Russia, Russia, Russia. The whole masses of Americans who watch CNN and MSNBC and other mainstream media outlets have been all excited about Russia. They're all focused on it. And impeach, resist, resist, resist. And now the Democrats are having to admit to them that they don't really have anything. That's embarrassing. You've been talking to the lady, telling her how great you were going to be when you got home. Telling her if she just chose you, you were going to rock her world. And now you got her at your apartment, and she's sitting there with a glass of wine in her hand going, what's up? And now you have to admit you don't have your Viagra. Your roommate must have stole your Brian McKnight CDs. You're all out of candles and incense. And you don't know as much as you said you knew about rocking her world. No, you have to admit to her, you are a 2-minute brother. That's on a good day. That's where we are, folks. That's your analogy for the whole Russia thing. Now watch closely as Democratic operatives start to back away out of the room, jump in their cars and speed away because they have nothing. They've been lying to you. They've been exaggerating to you because it's been a great fundraising mechanism, and it kept them in the conversation, and it deflected the loss and humiliation of Hillary Clinton losing a second time, and it gave us someone else or something else to blame. Them's the truth. Them's the facts. Facts! For more facts, go to Russia.com and weigh in on the Russia hysteria situation. I'd love to hear what you think. Give it up for that. Bye, Corey. Mr. Booker. Oh, Lord. Who this? Oh, Cuba. I love it. I love it. I love it. Get some coffee going on here, guys. How you guys doing, man? My people. Can we do a little break? Can I say some shout-outs or something? You guys been hanging in there with me. Evie Bicklin says, Hillary hates men. Shout out to Angel Tibbs. What's up, Angel Tibbs? How you doing? Craig Robb, BC Green for the win. I don't know who BC Green is. What's up, BC Green? Robert Jordan, Momo wants to be called a Minuteman always. Hey, I had to come up with an analogy. This is on the fly. It's the best one I could think of. What's up? Always. What's up, always? ACUR, not of this world. Did George get to the Russian consulate yet? George is kicking it, man. I retweeted something. I hope everyone stay glued to updates from George Webb. Please. Stay glued to that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. First Scorpio 82. Hey, what's up, First Scorpio 82? Truth can't be silenced. Truth is king. Rock on. You know it. And Doug Eason. Thank you, Doug. What's up? Doug says I'm awesome, man. That's all I need to know, man. I appreciate that. We got a few more stories, man. So let's get through it, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you being here. Wolfpack in the house. Everybody's got their cornbread, and we're going to keep our cornbread, so let's keep it moving. Can we do Cuba? Cuba? Cuba. 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 When I first heard the news that America was going to lift sanctions against Cuba, I was happy about that. I like cigars. Well, actually, I haven't smoked a cigar in a long, long time. Long time, God. But maybe one day I would like to smoke a cigar and go to Cuba and visit the beautiful scenery and meet people. Why not? It's not that far. So, yeah, I wasn't looking at all of the ramifications behind it. And I know there's some people that object to it because they said Castro was an asshole. I get that. But other countries have jerks in them too. Or jerks that run them. We don't restrict trade with them. We don't restrict travel from them. Well, anyway, new report. Trump to reverse Obama's Cuba pardon? Policy. It's a policy. President Trump plans on reversing a set of policies softening relations with Cuba, according to a report from who else but the Daily Caller. The U.S.-Cuba Trade and Economic Council, a nonpartisan group, said the Trump administration is preparing to announce the change in policy in a June speech in Miami. So he's going to go to Miami and announce it. I wonder how our folks in Miami felt about the Obama loosening of the sanctions against Cuba. Maybe Trump's running for office or running for re-election already. Maybe that has something to do with it. Hey, man, Florida is a big state to get. Just trying to figure it out, guys. Maybe you know. Let's see what it says. The report cites two unnamed sources who said a bipartisan trio of senators, Marco Rubio, Bob Mendez, and someone else who's cut off on my printer, pushed for the reversal. So they're pushing for a reversal. This, once again, guys, this is all politically motivated. There must be something in it for these Congress people to push for this. I don't know what that is, but it's something. It's always a political game to it. That's when people use terms like political football and political this and this. They're playing politics. Like, look, everything that comes out of Washington is political, man. How could you even make that statement? How disingenuous to say people are playing politics. It's D.C. It's political. Everything's politics in D.C. You can say that about everything. Did you wash your hands today? Playing politics. Obama, who became the first U.S. president to visit Cuba in almost a century last year, put in motion a series of policies to thaw relations with the communist island nation, which had been a strategic burden throughout the Cold War. While Obama was able to soften regulation on some kinds of trade, business, and travel, Congress has refused to lift the 57-year-old something. I don't even know what that is. The Trump administration had put the Cuba policy under review upon taking office. The Daily Caller report surfaced days after Trump met with Pope Francis, who facilitated the deal between Obama and Cuba. It's interesting, guys. Once again, this is all politics. They will find a reason or a way to undergird their decision to make it look like it's something in the best interest of the United States, or to make it in the best interest of certain people in voting brackets. But at the end of the day, it is about politics. I've met Cubans who live in the United States. They have strong feelings about Cuba. Some want it to open, trade to open, normal travel, and some would like nothing better than to turn the page totally on Cuba. I'm not going to suggest that I know the answer to that question or even, or am informed enough to make a decision on that particular issue. But I would like to hear more about it. I don't think that, Marco Rubio and who's this other guy, Bob Mendez, I don't know. I don't think they have the best intentions. Well, maybe they do. I don't know if they got the best intentions. I think it's just politics. I think people in their districts want this to be reversed, and Trump sees this as a good thing for his administration, so there you go. I mean, if we did things in this country because they were for the greater good, we'd all have Medicare for all. We'd all have at least $15 an hour. And, yeah, there you go. And we wouldn't have homeless living on the streets in front of empty buildings. I'm just saying. Give it up for that. A little something, guys. I need to find out more about it. I don't want to go stepping all into it without having some info. Let's talk about leakers. Can we talk about some leakers, guys? Yeah, Tim, let's get into the leakers stuff. I've been telling you that there's going to be a shakeup in the White House. I've been saying that not because I like shaking it up or I'm just trying to get views. I've been telling you that there's going to be a shakeup in the White House because of all the freaking leaks that are going on. It's very funny how Democrats hate leakers now, and they question anyone who says this person was a leaker, i.e. Seth Rich. But they have no problems with leaking from the White House. Oh, no problems at all. Do any of you ever think about the fact that all of this drama involving the DNC and the Podesta emails is about a private organization? It's not even government. It's not government. Joy Reid, Van Jones, Rachel Maddow, do you realize people who watch them, for whatever reason, your cable remote is broke, you can't turn the channel, you're bedridden, and you can't get up and you can't turn the TV, so you have to watch these people. Please consider that all the Russia nonsense is about Podesta emails from a private organization. When we have leaks going on in the White House, in the government, and they don't complain at all, why not? Why don't they complain about leaks in the White House? Because it does not hurt their party. Do you get a... It doesn't hurt their party, so they don't give a shit. They care about leaks in a private organization that's not under our government. If you learn nothing else from the DNC fraud lawsuit, please know that the DNC fraud lawyers themselves, not the Becks, not Jared, not Elizabeth, but the DNC lawyers themselves, they say, we're a private organization. We can do whatever we want to do. Why should we care if they get leaked? They're a private organization. Would you care if Arby's got leaked? Would you care? Would you care? Huh? All right. Three leakers of classified White House information said to be identified and expected to be fired. That's right. As reported over the weekend, having returned from his first foreign trip, President Trump is preparing a war room. This is in response to a barrage of Russian news blanketing the media and plans to restructure the White House communication strategy and possibly staffing. Hence, Michael Dupke getting already the boot. There have been rumors around Washington that Press Secretary Sean Spicer's job is in danger and that Jared Kushner, and the focus of much of the latest news flow, may be forced to take a step back. But the White House has denied these rumors. In an interview with Fox News, Janine Pirro, earlier this month, Trump said Spicer has been doing a good job, but he gets beat up a lot. He does get beat up a lot. All the leaks, man. This thing is leaking like a sieve. The biggest issue plaguing the White House at this moment is the seemingly relentless leakage of confidential information surrounding Trump's activities, with Trump administration officials saying last week the recent high-profile leaks of classified information are coordinated and timed. But you won't hear a single solitary soul in the Democratic corporatocrats, the Dem corporates, complain about it. In fact, they call it patriotic. It's patriotic when you leak Trump, but it's treasonous. It's blasphemous for you to leak a private organization like the DNC. And then you say, when I say I want to reach across any party lines, I don't care what lines, I don't care if you're Democrat, Libertarian, conservative, I don't care about your ideology. We can have a conversation and we can agree on some things and we can move the conversation forward. And when I suggest that, guys, I get pushback. Do you realize that people are watching the same news you're watching and they're having a totally different reaction? That's a great conversation starter. We are all here together in this country. We should try to find common ground. That's my job. Do you realize how hypocritical it would appear to other people when you get on and on and on coverage of Russia, on and on coverage of Russians hacking the DNC, a private organization, and absolutely zero consideration shown to the president, White House being leaked from inside. See, here's the problem. I just figured it out, guys. Here's the problem. Ping, ping, boom. Pow. Kevin Hart. First of all, here's it. Trump's mistake and Michael Dipke's mistake and Sean Spicer's mistake is not blaming a foreign entity for the leaks. Yeah, they should be blaming China. It should have said China's been releasing all this information. They shouldn't call it a leak. They should call it a hack. That's what the Democrats did. They called it a hack, and the media brought it, and most of the world brought it for damn near 8 months. That's where you need to go with this. Why am I coming up with this great trickery and the Trump administration is unable to do so? They get paid a lot more money. They should have came up with this idea. I mean, it's what the Democrats did. And don't tell me it's because they don't have evidence of that. Hell, the Democrats don't have evidence of Russia hacking anything. Come on, guys. Come on. This is what Trump should have done. He should have lied like the Democrats. Meanwhile, we got people like Nina Turner saying that people want to focus on the issues that affect their lives. And if you go to any state, any city in this country where people are having a hard time, least of their worries, the least at the bottom of their list would be Russia. At the top would be food, trying to keep a job, medical care, maybe transportation, I don't know. But it would not be Russia. The White House has a shakeup in the midst, and I think people need to get their head right. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. How is it connected? How is this connected to everything? I say, folks, it's connected because if you look at the Democratic Party, if you look at the Russia paranoia, you'll see that it's not that America has a problem with leaks. They have a problem with leaks when it affects their party. And that's the problem with America. Give it up for that. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. They used to call me Crazy Joe. Oh, man. Oh, man, I'm getting story after story in here, man. I'm doing it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm killing it. All right. I'm doing all right. Trying to get back in the swing. They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they could call me Batman. I don't know. Joe Biden. Some people like Joe Biden, some people don't. It's not about me liking Joe Biden or not. It's about Joe Biden being as fake as a $2 bill or a $3 bill, because there actually was some $2 bills in circulation back in 1982. They have since been pulled from the... But no, Joe Biden, he has the ability to say the right things at the right time sometimes. It's just policies. Joe, your policies have never been really forward thinking, man. You're not getting out in front of it, man. You're just folksy and people like that, and you're riding in your Corvette. Well, Joe Biden's went on another tear. It says here, Biden bashes distracted Democrats for ignoring the working class concerns. That's right. Joe's giving them the old, right there, Fred. Right there, Fred. Right there, Fred. After declaring to a bunch of SALT conference attendees last month that Hillary was never a great candidate. Yeah, I did cover that. That's great. See, I told you, Joe says the right thing sometimes. He speaks truth. Former Vice President Joe Biden criticized the Democratic Party's campaign strategy for winning over working-class voters, saying that too many were distracted by the Trump campaign's negativity. See, it's kind of, that's what it is. They're distracted by Trump's campaign negativity? No, how about they're distracted with Russia? I feel like, I don't know, Drew Carey? Jim Carrey, right? No, Jim Carrey, right? Liar, which was it, Jim Carrey or Drew Carey? I get them mixed up. When he couldn't lie about the color of the pen. That's why I feel it's blue. It's Russia. The ink is Russia. That's the problem, Joe, is they keep focusing on Russia and have focus on problems. And I think it's intentional and it's strategic, Joe. You went halfway there. You're right. Hillary was never a good candidate. I said so in so many videos. It's ridiculous. Shout out to H.A. Goodman. He said so in so many articles. Goodness gracious. We both were saying it. We're screaming it. She's not good. She's going to lose. And no one listened, Joe. Listen to what Joe Biden says. He says, because of the negativity or the negative campaign that President Trump ran, how much did we hear about the guy making $50,000 on the assembly line and the woman, his wife, making $28,000 as a hostess? This is, look, Joe. I know you want to connect, bro. I know. It's too late. It's too late to connect on this stuff. Let's talk about now. All right? He says they have $78,000, 2 kids, are living in a metropolitan area, and they can hardly make it. You making $78,000, you ain't doing so bad. Maybe you need to move somewhere where $78,000 kind of works for you. I don't know. But I get his point about people struggling and people barely making it. I get that part, okay? I just don't believe that we have been focusing where we needed to focus. I think the Democratic Party, their problem started back with Clinton. It started well before this. It started well before now. It's not just about Trump. It's not just about this election. It goes back before Obama. Come on, guys. Walk with me. Walk with me here, because the fact of the matter is, once upon a time, the Democrats were supposed to be the party of the people. You have to go back in the time machine to find that date, because they haven't been doing that for a long time. It's about corporations. They'll be the party for the people when it comes to rhetoric, but when it comes to actual policy, actual things that get done, not so much. And to say they're better than the Republicans at this is not saying much. Now, because the people aren't excited about incremental, small, little goals. They want big goals, bold ideas. And say what we want about Trump. He had some bold ideas, though some of them, like the wall, to me, are stupid. Stupid. A physical wall that costs billions of dollars will not make you safer. It just doesn't. But at least it was a big idea. It was a bold idea. What was Hillary's bold idea? Be with her. So Joe Biden's right. He's right about Hillary being a horrible candidate from the start. It says here that Biden, who was stumping for New Jersey gubernatorial candidate and former Goldman Sachs executive Phil Murphy, sounded like his old campaign trail self, stoking speculation of another run in 2020. When asked at SALT if he would run again for the presidency, Biden said, "I may very well do it," but added that he couldn't commit to another run. You know, Joe likes toying with the idea, keeps him in the conversation, get the big speaking engagements, make the money. Joe likes money, you know, and that's it. That's it. Joe's not going to do anything. I mean, he's not going to run, okay? A lot of talk, folksy, knows some of the issues that someone told him to say. But at the end of the day, this is not enough. I'll let you know more about Joe when it comes out. That's all I got on Joe. Let me know what you think about this story and others. Go to TimBlackTV.com and subscribe to this channel. I don't know. Joe. That went a little long in the tooth. I don't know. I got a couple more guys. Okay. This guy. Get rid of Joe. Oh, Bernie. Let's go John McCain. We'll save Bernie for last. There are some people in politics who have just worn out their welcome. Yeah, they've been here too long. A couple of these people come to mind. And it's not about party lines either. Nancy Pelosi, worn out her welcome. Time to just go on down the road, do something else. On the Republican side, John McCain. John McCain has been about 4 bottles short of a six-pack for at least 10 years. And I'm just wondering, when did someone say, John, come on, man. Let's go on a boat trip. Come on, John. Let's play chess for about 3 days. Come on, man. Just go to Cuba. When does someone come get John? Come get John. Please. John McCain warns the world, democracy destroying Russia is a bigger threat than ISIS. All right, guys. Look, earlier I reported that I didn't think ISIS was as big a threat as people lead it to be, that we have a lot of problems in this country when it comes to violence and death. And when we go to the movie theaters, when I go to movie theaters anyway, when I get a chance to go, I'm not looking for Al-Qaeda. I'm looking for pissed off white supremacist dude or black dude pissed off or something happened. I'm looking for Americans who were born and bred in this country. They're the ones I'm worried about when I'm walking, but this is bullshit. All right? This is what it is, okay? John McCain, no, I acknowledge that ISIS is bad, though. I'm not saying they're not bad. I'm just saying in every average day life, you doing stuff. It's not ISIS that I'm worried about the most. But I am worried more about ISIS than I'm worried about Russia. Come on, John McCain. Somebody come get John. Does he have any friends? Where's his daughter? Come get Papa. Get Pop. Take Pop home. This motherfucker need to go home. What is he smoking? It's ridiculous. What an insult. And what a these people that listen to John McCain. Who are you got? While visiting Australia, outspoken warmonger John McCain told ABC TV that Russia is a bigger security threat than the Islamic State. They believe that Russia hacked a private organization who says they owe no one anything. They can make their own decisions and elect whoever they want to elect, and that their private association can do what they want to do. John McCain is saying that he alleges that Russia hacked that organization, and that makes them more of a threat than ISIS. Does he hear himself? There's also the same guy who had as a running mate Sarah Palin. So we all know that he has a lot of problems mentally. The visit to Australia by the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee was part of an Asia tour to outline a blueprint for the U.S. to invest nearly $8 billion buckling up its military presence in the region. By upgrading infrastructure and conducting additional exercises and deploying more forces and ships, Mr. McCain's visit also was aimed at reassuring allies about the U.S. willingness to remain engaged in Asia. That's right, we were always ready to shoot somebody or shoot something or drop something. That's how we roll, that's how we get down, and that's what John McCain has always been about. Always. I've always thought it was funny how Democrats came to the aid of John McCain. And I never understood that. This is when I really started waking up to the BS of the Democrats. Seriously. That they respected this guy. I mean, come on, you give people respect for serving in the armed services. That's true. But when all they talk about is bombing something and blowing something up, like John McCain and Hillary Clinton are the same person. I'm thinking they're doppelgangers. Doppelganger? Something like that. You know, they're cut from the same cloth. A cloth that is diseased and full of war. It's a cloth that's been handed down in every war America's ever been in. That's the cloth they're cut from. Horrible. Man, I don't know what else to say. John McCain's so disingenuous that there is a pickpocket somewhere in Las Vegas right now going, man, that guy's a scumbag. I mean, I steal people's wallets and purses, but this guy's. And they're right. John McCain, a waste of skin, an example in the argument for why term limits are important. And last but not least, somebody get John, get his old ass out of D.C. Give it up for that. John McCain. Say my name. Last one, guys. Hang in there with me. One more. Getting a lot of work done today, boy. We're getting a lot of work done, boy. Oh, yeah. Bernie Sanders is not perfect. He's not a perfect man. There are no perfect men. And lately, what he's been doing is trying to get people to vote Democrat, which I have a big issue with, horrible issue with. But one thing that Bernie Sanders has done that I think he didn't get enough credit for is that he has laid out certain principles. And those principles have resonated across the country. Principles of getting money out of politics, principles of a living wage, principles of Medicare for all, certain principles. For some reason, he's gotten pushback from a lot of people on the right who think it's evil socialism. Then they'll call their police department when they hear a strange noise outside, not realizing that's socialism. When they smell smoke at a neighbor's house, they'll call 911 for a fire truck because, I don't know, that's socialism. All of the roads and schools and all the things that we share, that we pay for socially, is all socialism is. We just want to add a couple more things to the bucket that we pay for as a community of citizens who give a fuck about one another. That's all socialism is. But no, we can't have that. He's kooky, he's crazy. Got to get rid of that guy. Talking about people having coverage. We got to buy more planes, man. We got to build more Moabs. Shoot, we need some Doabs. The Foabs. We got the mother of all bombs. We need the father of all bombs. We need these things. Can't be worried about people being able to go to the doctor when they get hurt. That's their job to worry about that. See, that's the problem. Well, so I've been supportive of Bernie Sanders' policy ideas, not as much as his rhetoric out there stumping for the freaking Democrats, but I will say this. It has been hard to watch as a number of races that were pretty close by Bernie-crats somehow didn't get pulled off. Now, I think it was back in Kentucky, we had a great challenger running. And he got real close, but he couldn't get any money from the Democratic Party. Oh, man, they sent him like $100 right at the very end to say they did something. Here, kid, try to win with that. Don't say we didn't try to help you. Flicked him a quarter. That was it. Well, recently we've had some losses that are kind of painful. Supporters of socialist Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders are disappointed because, well, we haven't been able to win those elections. And that's the true standard bearer. That's what gives you the true credence for your ideas when we get some wins under our belt. And we are trying to get those wins. Queist, he lost to Guy Forte. And that was a painful loss. In fact, I didn't even know that Bernie had been campaigning for the guy. That's how much I've been involved in so many other topics. But here's the deal. Though they are chiding Bernie Sanders and the Bernie-crats, know this. The policies are sound. They make sense. It's just going to take time for them to resonate. We need to develop a longer track record. We need to keep fighting. It's not going to happen overnight. If you're interested in grassroots activism, if you're interested in that stuff, and you admire some of the policies of Bernie Sanders, join your local Berniecrats. Go to localberniecrats.com. You know, the California Democratic fight that's been underway with Kimberly Ellis, you know, trying to turn the page on old Democratic ways and make a new party or revise the party. And I get all of that, and I respect the efforts, though I had some questions about Kimberly Ellis, too. I do. Like, California locks up a lot of people. Like, they do a lot of mass incarceration. I don't know. There's so many issues regarding this. But I do believe in new blood in the Democratic Party. I do believe that if that's what you believe, that you think is savable, and you want to try it, hey, who am I to stop you? The Berniecrats, if you operate in a framework, we have some new ideas, and these ideas resonate with the people, and they do, I think you just got to keep pushing it. They're doing a lot of ridiculing of Berniecrats, of Bernie Sanders, because we haven't been winning elections. But it's still the first quarter of the game. We're just getting started. Let the people decide. Here we go. Earlier this month, Sanders failed to meet a May 15 deadline for turning in an annual report detailing the finances for 2015. See, they're doing a smear thing. Okay, so what are you saying? Did he take money? Then they tried that trick with Jane Sanders about college. Maybe she did this for wealth, for gain. It's just a lot of smearing going on. They're trying to stop Bernie Sanders. They're trying to stop the new wave of candidates who have been brought up during this movement, who've been inspired to run for office. I don't think we should let them stop this energy. We need this energy. We need people to join the process. It's not for everyone. But for those who are willing to stick it out, run repeatedly, not just once, not just twice, but until you win, that's what we need, because we do need a new kind of politics in this country. And so, yes, the Bernie Sanders supporters may be pissed off right now. We have a lot of reasons to be. We got a DNC fraud lawsuit that gets no coverage in mainstream media. For all intents and purposes, Keith Ellison should have been the DNC chair. Tom Perez was called off his barbecue and was told to put down his whiskey and go be the DNC chair. He wasn't even thinking about running. That's how much the Democratic Party establishment doesn't want a new wave of democracy, a new wave of politics in their party. I don't know if fighting them is the only way to go. In fact, I know it's not the only way to go. There's many ways to go. But I believe in the cornerstone of the policies that are better for the people. So I support Berniecrats, and I support the movement, and I support a new insurgence of different types of politics. What I don't support is doing the same old, maintaining status quo. It's been a tough road for Berniecrats. Let's give them the energy to keep going. Meanwhile, we develop new strategic maneuvers with new parties to bust open the system. That's what I think. You let me know what you think. Subscribe to this channel, as we're willing to do whatever it takes to move our country forward and to come up with new policies. The strength is in the people, and we have the people. We just need to direct it and organize it. I believe it. I hope you do too. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a lot to do. Let me do some shout-outs to all my people, man, that hung around for it. I appreciate you. Oh, man, Craig Robb says we got to identify the cancer. You're right, man, before it stigmatizes. We got stigmatizes. The other one, you know what I meant. Metastasizes. The broken carpenter. Don Carter. Brian Crosby. Joanne Middaw. What's up, Joanne? Good to see you. Kat Stefani. She's in the house. Kat Stefani's in the house. AC, yours in the house. Primal Frog. Whoop, whoop. I don't know. Primal Frog, are you trolling? Kobe Myers, thank you. Clay Cat, thank you. Doug Eason, thank you. My friend, I appreciate you. Bruins for Cornbread's up into his house. My friend, good to have you as always. Tommaso Young, metastasize. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Adam Turner. Shout out to Jim Garrison. Thank you, my friend. Guys, go subscribe to George Webb, Jason Goodman, H.A. Goodman, Nico House, my man Bob TV, who's going to be on the show in about, I don't know, real soon. Bob TV is going to be on this channel. We're going to be streaming again, so don't get too comfortable. Bob TV and I are going to have a great conversation, and it's going to be two guys talking about the world, politics, and we're going to have some topics. It's going to be great. So I appreciate you being here. I do. And I'll see you tonight, and I'll see you in a little bit. It's going to be a busy day. Shout out to Momo Pineno for the editing and all the work that you do, Momo, on the graphics, man. You really appreciate it, guys. If you want graphics work done and you got a few dollars to spend, contact Momo Pineno, momopineno@gmail.com. Please help support his work. He's fantastic, he's awesome, he's my brother. Help him out and hire him. He's worth the money. Believe me, he's worth it. He's a professional. And once again, go subscribe to H.A. Goodman, my brother from another mother. That's it. Coffee, y'all.
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am.
Oh, guys, one last thing. I'm going to the Chicago People's Summit. I need your help to go. I'm 1/3 of the way there. We got a fundraiser going on, guys. You'll find that somewhere down here. I don't know. Let me put that up here, guys. I just got to keep reminding people because it is kind of important, and I always forget to do it, you know. But let me try GoFund. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see if I can find it. Anyway, guys, I got to GoFundMe for it. If you could help out, it would be great. I don't know. It's not pulling up right now. Screw it. I'll put it up later, guys. Frankly, this sucks. It sucks. But anyway, music.
Coffee with Tim Black.
I don't know where it is.
Yes, I am. Coffee with Tim Black.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, shout out to Eric and my man Bon Kemp for that long after hours show. You guys really had some in-depth conversations, man. You guys are fantastic, man. I appreciate it. They really kept the conversation going last night, man. And that's what we're talking about, man. When everyone gets to chime in, you guys don't know about after hours. You got to find out about it, man. Great stuff. Talk to you soon.